How do I know if a land is for residential, commercial, or mixed use? In this video, I'll be answering that question and also telling you the consequences that will befall you if you choose to ignore the actual use of the land to buy it and use it for something else. Now, let's dive right in. The way to know if a land is for any of the following, for mixed use, residential, or commercial use, is by looking at the document. So the first thing you need to do is, one, ask for the document to study it, right? So I have right here in my hand an RFO certificate of one of the properties we have here in Abuja. Is the RFO document of Crystal Estate. And if you look at the estate, there's a part of the document where you will see the premium, rent per annum, improvement value, then purpose of the property. Under the purpose, you would see residential, in brackets, private housing estate. That is what this land should be used for. If it were for mixed use, under purpose, you will see mixed use housing. And if it were for commercial, the same thing. You will see beside the purpose, you will see mixed use or commercial or residential, as the case may be, alongside other things, the lease term, the rent revision, and all of that. But the only way to find out what the land should be used for is by looking at the document. It's obviously stated there. That is why you have to ask for it, to study it. Number two way you can do this is by actually going to the location to observe. So most times in a place like Abuja, different places have been structured for different purposes. So in an area where you go, for instance, if you go to the CBD now, it's obvious that literally almost, say, over 80% of the plots that we are built on were for commercial purposes. So when you go to such an area, and you're noticing it's mostly mixed use, and by mixed use, it actually means that in that estate, you're going to find commercial plots, you're going to find residential plots as well in that estate, okay? So now, if you go to the environment, observe the environment. What do you see next to your plot that you want to buy, on the area you want to buy? Are you seeing only plazas and the likes of that? From what you see as well, you can be able to ascertain and ask further questions and find out if really the purpose of that property is for commercial, residential, or mixed use. You can further go on. If you get the document and you really don't understand, you can ask someone who's into real estate or a property lawyer to explain to you, or you could also take the RFO copy you're provided with to run a search, because we've actually seen real life cases where these documents are forged, right? So you can actually go further with the document to make a search to find out if it's a false document or a real document. Now let's talk about the consequences when you ignore the actual use of a property, or by property I mean land here in Abuja. What happens if you misuse land? It's one thing that has other things under it. But the primary thing most people hear about in Abuja is demolition. Demolition that starts from litigations at first. You know, they'll take you to court. You see FCD, the DDC, Department of Development Control, will come and mark your building first, tell you, okay, remove, this shouldn't be here, and all of that. Now, if you go ahead to ignore the primary use or purpose of a land, you're likely going to face a lot of litigation. By litigation, I simply mean legal battles, which you're definitely not going to win. That will end in demolition, often without compensation. And it's very painful. So if you do not want to end up at such a place, ensure that you find out what the primary use of the land you're going for is for and follow suit. Okay? That is exactly how you can know. And if you're interested in buying real estate in Abuja, you want to be guided rightly. That is what we exist for. We ensure that you make the best of buying decisions when you want to buy or invest in Abuja. You want to buy rightly, all you have to do is call the phone number on your screen, and we will rightly and gladly guide you to get the best for yourself. We're looking forward to get a call from you now.